Before we start the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to Mr. TARDIS for helping with some of the behind the scenes details of this video. Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel, which I've linked below.
If you're out on the road, all you have to do is call my name and I'll be there. If you need me to be with you, I will follow.
When looking at one of my favourite TV shows and franchises, Gilmore Girls sticks out like a sore thumb when next to stuff like Doctor Who and Red Dwarf. So what exactly is this Gilmore Girls thing I've been talking about and making crudely put together music videos of? Well, Gilmore Girls is a teen comedy drama from the 2000s, created by Amy Sherman Palladino and her husband Daniel. You may know Amy from her other series, The Marvelous Miss Maisel. The show ran from 2000 to 2007 with 6 successful seasons, whatever season 7 was, and a revival in 2016 on Netflix. The show follows the day-to-day lives of the titular Gilmore Girls in the small American town of Stars Hollow. We see their relationships, jobs, and all that good stuff. You have Lorelai Gilmore, a 30-something single mother with a strong caffeine addiction, with aspirations to open her own inn, played by Lauren Graham.
What's with the moo-moo? That. No, I'm just saying you couldn't find one made of metal in case anyone has x-ray eyes.
You have her 16-year-old daughter, Lorelai Gilmore.
Lorelai Gilmore, 'cause I named her after me. I was in the hospital, whacked out on Demerol, never mind.
Okay then. Also known as Rory, played by Alexis Bledel.
I just moved here from Chicago.
Wendy. Oprah. I never talk this much.
Who dreams of one day studying at Harvard University in order to become a journalist, and hopefully go to Fez one day.
What the hell is in Fez?
That's for her to find out.
As well as these two, we also have Suki, Lorelai's best friend and professional, if slightly clumsy, chef, played by Melissa McCarthy. Yes, that Melissa McCarthy.
Hey, I'm okay. What did you do now? I fixed the peach sauce. That's blood. You're bleeding. Why are you bleeding? Oh, my stitch is open. I was using too much maple syrup.
Lane, Rory's best friend, played by Keiko Agana, who attempts to keep her secret passion for rock and pop music away from her very religious parents.
When are you gonna let your parents know that you listen to the evil rock music? You're worry, if my parents still get upset over the obscene portion size of American food, I seriously doubt I'm gonna make any inroads with Eminem.
Michelle, the snooty French concierge at Lorelai's workplace, played by Yannick Toustel.
You have no idea how desperately I'd like to help, but see, I'd have to build a room for you myself, and I'm not a man who works with his hands.
Luke Danes, the grumpy but well-meaning owner of the local diner, and just the best character in the show in my opinion, played by Scott Patterson.
Coffee. Fries.
Can't stand it. This is so unhealthy. You do not want to grow up to be like your mom.
Sorry, too late.
Most importantly of all, Lorelai's parents. Mother Emily, played by Kelly Bishop, and her father Richard, played by the late Edward Herrmann.
My goodness, this is a surprise. Is it Easter already?
The place looks great.
It hasn't changed.
Well, there you go.
Grandpa, how's the insurance biz?
People die, we pay. People crash cars, we pay. People lose a foot, we pay.
Well, at least you have your new slogan.
There are other characters who will become important as the show goes on, but I'll discuss them more as they appear in the show. For the time being, these are just sort of the main characters you should all be aware of for the time being. So, how exactly did I stumble across this show? Well, let's go back to the summer of 2000 and something or other, when my mum had a full-time job as a babysitter for 2 children. Since I was way too young at the time to be on my own, I had to come to their house with her. and being the youngest member of the household, I had very limited control over what we watched on television. It was during this time I first came across Gilmore Girls, and discovered some of the other franchises which I soon came to love. Blackadder, Thomas the Tank Engine, Friends, The Simpsons, James Bond, Harry Potter, you name it. I also saw a lot of other teen melodramas and soaps which I was never really a huge fan of, like The OC, One Tree Hill and Neighbours. Those were the sort of shows that I didn't really like to engage with. If that was the case, then what was it about Gilmore Girls that set it apart from the other teen dramas I was shown at the time? Well, for me it's probably because it's more of a comedy drama, with a stronger focus on being funny than serious. Yes, it has moments of drama, and most of the time, not all I must be clear, is able to pull off drama very well. But I'm more here for the comedy side of it, I suppose. I also enjoy the particular style of comedy it goes for, sort of witty dialogue and character reactions. I would argue a lot of the secondary cast would be regarded as comic relief. However, that's not really a bad thing, as they're still able to contribute strongly to the narrative, while also mostly existing to tell jokes or for the audience to laugh at.
Hey, it's freezing.
Oh, what do you need? Hot tea, coffee?
Lip gloss.
I have vanilla chocolate strawberry and toasted marshmallow.
Anything in there not resembling a breakfast cereal?
As a child, I only sort of half watched the show. It was one of the few programs my mum watched, which I didn't really mind, so I wasn't too annoyed when it was on in the background. Probably when it was still running on the air. Blimey, I'm getting old. Anyway, it wasn't until a few years later, when the show began rerunning, that I became more aware of it, and then eventually became a fan. One particular Mother's Day, I decided to buy her the first season on DVD, knowing that it was something that she enjoyed watching. And out of a sense of curiosity and nostalgia, I decided to watch the first season with her, and I really loved it. So much so that after a stressful exam one day, I got on a bus to town, went straight to HMV, pushed past an arguing couple, not sure what they were arguing about, but that's not really important, and bought the entire 7-season box set. As I made my way through the seasons, I did a little research on the show, and that's when I discovered that they were reviving it on Netflix as a 4-part miniseries. Since then, I have been regularly watching Gilmore Girls each year. Furthermore, there is a good variation to the types of comic relief characters this show has. For instance, someone like Suki is a very larger-than-life, overexcited comic character, whereas Luke is funny because of his underreactions and his disapproving nature to the other characters and their over-the-top behaviour, which makes his outbursts towards them all the more funny. I find the characters to be mostly very likeable and relatable. Plus, it's just an interesting character dynamic. Having the show mostly focus on a mother-daughter relationship, which is more like two sisters or best friends, is a fairly interesting approach. Plus, it means the show is able to relate to both an adult audience as well as teens.
This is about a boy.
Of course. I can't believe I didn't see it. All this talk about money and bus rides. You got a thing going with a guy and you don't want to leave school.
I don't want to change schools because of all the reasons I've already told you 1,000 times. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine.
Does he have a motorcycle? Because if you're going to throw your life away, he better have a motorcycle.
Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, that's because I've decided to start this vlog-style series, retrospective if you will, as I go episode by episode of all 8 seasons of the show, discussing my opinions and hot takes on different aspects of the series. Offer some insight, analyse, and hopefully give you an odd laugh here and there. I'll also be throwing in some other Gilmore Girls related videos, such as character rankings here and there. Just a quick heads up, while yes I do love this show, and I'm going to be mostly positive about it, there are the odd episode or 2, or season, which I don't enjoy to the point where I just skip them during marathons. While I'll do my best to cover the whole show, I might just condense them all into one video just to get them over with. But luckily this is an issue we won't have to cover until halfway through season 5, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, if you're a fan of Gilmore Girls, or are interested in checking it out, it's available now on Netflix. However, if you'd rather listen and learn about it from some socially awkward British guy who can't string a sentence together, be sure to follow this upcoming series as it goes along. To start with, I'll be dropping a new episode monthly due to stuff like work and study getting away in my schedule. Hopefully I'll be able to release them more regularly in the future. But for the time being, expect the first 10 episodes or so to come out this year. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Bye.